Hello, big dreamers. Katie Reines, your registered dietitian, is here. Katie, what do I do? The holidays are coming up. There's gonna be a lot of food around, a lot of temptation, and I'm super nervous about it. I totally get it. Here, I'm so excited to give my top tips to really still reach your goals, stay healthy, and enjoy the holidays. I am a dietitian. I have a master's degree in human nutrition. I am here to help you prevent and even reverse disease with holistic health and mindset practices and save the world with plant-based nutrition. Let's dive right into it. My number one tip is to take the stress out of our holiday, all right? So let's take a deep breath and recognize that the food, the people, the planning, all of what goes into creating our holiday event, let's do it from a place of love. We are so excited to put in this effort and to do this work so that we can make this event possible for our friends and family, possible for us, because we are so grateful that we have the means, we have the family there, that we're able to celebrate together. So whether that be buying lots of food and spending lots of money and doing lots of dishes, whatever it is that may seem to trigger us into a reaction or get all snappy and too stressed out to provide our loving attention, I invite us all right now to release that, okay? Let's let this holiday be a time for us to notice when we start getting stressed out and say, okay, like I'll internally say to myself, okay, Katie, I notice that you're getting stressed out right now, and let's take a deep breath. Let's give your cousins and everybody the gift of your undivided attention. Let's do this, let's make this recipe from a place of love, because we can, because we get to, not because we have to. That is my number one tip. Tip number two, let's be gentle with ourselves. Let's love ourselves. The more compassion we have for ourselves, the less likely we are to binge out and go crazy, okay? Instead of dieting and restricting so much, take the steps, take the actions that one would take if they truly loved themselves. If you don't know what that feels like, just think about it for a second. Brainstorm. If I truly loved myself like a daughter or a best friend, what would I do? You know? What would I advise me to do? And how would that look like? So let's come from that place. Instead of a place of fear where we're afraid to gain weight, we're afraid to get unhealthy, instead of coming, we don't want to be in a fear mindset for our lives. This is our life. Today is your life. Today is not a day to be making decisions out of fear. Let's do things from love. So that really ties into my tip number three, is throw away the wagon. You're nervous about the holidays because this is a time that's out of the ordinary from your day-to-day lock routine. Like, you finally got this routine on lock and you don't want something to mess it up. And I totally get that, you know? And let's have so much compassion for that. If I was my own mom, I would say, Katie, of course, like, have a piece of pie. It's Thanksgiving. Don't worry about it. You know, you can certainly have this and still be healthy long term and still reach your goals. So I invite you to do the same. I really do teach a no wagon approach and I invite you to get off the wagon. Let's stop stuffing ourselves into these tiny boxes of perfection and allow our life to be free-flowing, so that yes, on the day-to-day we are certainly healthy, and it's so nice to know that we know what it's like. We can get back on track with how we feel when we feel our best, and it's okay to have fun and indulge once in a while. It's not going to squash our goals. That one or what, like 4 days out of the year, it's not gonna squash our goals, okay? Letting go of this idea that we are on a strict regime, that we are on a strict diet that can't go with the flow. It's so important for us to, instead of jumping on and off and on and off and on and off, to just have this be a part of our lives. You know what I mean? This holiday is a part of our lives. And the wagon is going to either make us go crazy and have us going up and down and mad at ourselves or whatever it is, or we can just let that go and have all of this be in the wagon. It all is in our wagon, okay? Throw away the wagon and let's just roll. Let's ride the waves and go with the flow. Sometimes, like, thinking about it this way, things that are stiff and rigid can be knocked over, but things that go with the flow can flow with things and just have ease with things. So let's go with the flow this holiday and not be on or off a wagon. There is no wagon. The wagon is gone. Tip number 4, do all holidays have to be about the food? Like, let's, instead of focusing on the food, there's so many other things going on. There's so many other people to catch up with, talk with, have fun with. Ask them to go for a walk, maybe play a board game. Like, there's gotta be something besides the food that's exciting. Usually there's a pet in the room. You'll find me playing with the dog. I'm in the corner at the party playing with the dog. Comment below if you're with me. But there's a lot of other things going on, and this also goes into this focus shift. I want to point out this cognitive dietary restraint. So when we're focusing so much on food, then it's just insane. We're gonna drive ourselves crazy and end up binging. Like, oh my gosh, there's cookies on the table. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna eat any, blah, blah, blah. Like, thinking about that the whole time, it's just gonna set us up for an explosion, and that's just not a fun way to live our lives. Versus somebody who just walks into the party, sees the pie, sees the cookies, is like, sweet, grabs a cookie, talks, does their thing, is totally distracted by other things. Like, that's so much more of what I hope for you and me, to be able to go into these environments and have it not be a huge focus in our mind, okay? So notice where our focus is at. And if that does keep coming up, like, really just like do whatever you can, talk to somebody, get distracted, drink lots of water. And speaking of family and having fun talking with family, this can also be a triggering time for those of us who really are upset about our family's health. So I'm so grateful for you. Clearly you're watching this video because you care about your health. You're doing and moving and shaking and doing all the things to get you so that you have a healthy, happy future right now and long term. Unfortunately, our relatives may not care as much as we do about our health. So this may be a very frustrating time where we may get the chance to say, hey, you shouldn't be eating this, like, please, like, blah, blah, blah. Forgive them right now. Forgive them for what they don't know. Forgive them for giving you a hard time for all of your healthy eating and for looking so amazing. Forgive them for whatever sarcastic comments or anything that gets thrown at you, and just, yeah, accept them exactly as they are right now. I learned the hard way that my sister, who loves cheese and a lot of unhealthy foods, instead of yelling at her and getting mad at her for eating cheese, I one day decided to be the best damn sister she's ever had and to go out to eat with her, and I'll get the vegan option and she gets the mac and cheese, and we have a great time together. And it's so much nicer for me to inspire that way. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. No matter what we do, they are going to have to want to change. All we can do is have fun living this life, being our healthy, happy selves who are able to indulge once in a while and just chill for a sec. No health pushing at your Thanksgiving Day party unless somebody really does inquire. Then of course you're more than welcome to, like, take a deep breath and chill and educate them about your health journey. That's amazing. However, don't be shoving your thoughts down their throats. If you want people to respect you for how you eat, we have to respect people for how they eat as well. So just throwing that out there. Tip number 6 is fast wisely. Things like Thanksgiving and these big like meal events, people will fast the whole day and eat this like a ton of food. Or they'll eat a ton of food and then like fast the next day. And my advice on this is to do what works best for you. So some people, this is a really, really great way to stay on track, to not get stressed out about it, and to feel their best. And for some people, fasting really causes a snowball effect of binging and just the whole thing, and they're not in the right headspace yet. So if you're thinking about fasting, I invite you to take real note of the first few tips that I mentioned in this video, to do it out of a place of self-love, whatever makes you feel most at peace, okay? So for me, I'm probably going to take Thanksgiving just like another dinner. I'm going to sit down with my meal and eat slowly and really enjoy it and not freak out and binge, you know? And for me to be able to do that, I personally don't want to be fasting the whole day. I want to really just mindfully eat like I normally do and have it be savored and enjoyed and delicious and exciting, and go about my meals normally the rest of the day. And maybe intermittent fasting, and my type of intermittent fast is like between dinner and breakfast the next day, like waiting 12 to 14 hours to eat breakfast. I just love drinking a lot of water first thing in the morning when I wake up, and eating something really light before, and like going and exercising before I really do eat a lot. You know, so a lot of people, first thing they do when they wake up is they eat some bacon and eggs and just put heavy things in their body. And after a big meal, it may be a good idea to let yourself wait like 12 to 14 hours at least, drink plenty of water the next morning before you eat again. Okay, just trying to get your nice bowel movement. You get what I'm saying? Let the body just let it all out and you'll be great. And this isn't necessarily a fast, this is just like going to bed. So after your dinner, go to bed, sleep, and then wake up and then eat, and then usually it's at least 12 to 14 hours before you end up eating breakfast. So that's what works best for me. That's what I feel most balanced and grounded, and my digestion is best doing that. So again, whatever makes you feel most at peace. Tip number 7, of course, make sure that there's healthy choices on your plate and in your cup. Drinking plenty of water. Most of us don't drink enough water. Your urine should be a lemonade shade to clear. So just think about it. Make sure you're hydrated. It's so necessary for our digestion, for healthy skin. Every single reaction that occurs in the body really does need water. So be mindful of drinking plenty of water. And yeah, there's gotta be some kind of side of Brussels sprouts or salad or something that you could pair with whatever other unhealthy foods that, you know, you don't normally eat. This is certainly something to keep in mind, okay? So have this be something that you are still eating a wholesome meal. It shouldn't just be like all pie and all just like crazy foods, okay? This is still a meal in your life. And again, when we're coming from a place of love, and if we exercise that morning or whatever, we just don't want to be overeating that much. Like when we're actually doing yoga or whatever, going for a run and having that be our morning, most of the time we'll just be like, like I don't feel like eating all of this unhealthy food. So yeah, make sure there's healthy choices. And if you really can't think of anything, if this is your first time where you're really trying to get on your health game and you're going to your Thanksgiving, I've got lots of recipes. I'll post them down below. I just posted an incredible, super light, super healthy, delicious pumpkin cheesecake recipe on my blog. I'll be showing you a great recipe in a bit right here that you have got to share with your family. And I have lots and lots of ideas, like really good butternut squash, Brussels sprout stuffing, that's so good. So there's a lot of recipes. Everything these days can be veganized. Like instead of using milk in your mashed potatoes, just use almond milk. Like there's so many ways to make things healthier and make things vegan, saving the world. And with these healthy choices, yes, we do want to have some salad or something green, something orange on our plates. My parents got off of medications and are so much healthier transitioning to a plant-based diet. Are they 100% vegan? No. My dad got off of statins and does not take cholesterol-lowering medications. He's 68 years old. However, he still will probably eat a little slice of turkey on Thanksgiving. He will have something with a little bit of eggs and a little bit of butter in it once in a while, and in the long term, he's fine, okay? So again, taking away this all or nothing mentality and just like, it's gonna be okay. In the long term, on the day to day, you know what makes you feel your best, and it's not Thanksgiving or these holidays every single day. And my last tip, number 8, is live a little and be sure to find yourself again. So this is really different than being on or off the wagon. What I mean is that I have people coming to me like, and I've experienced this myself, where I feel like I've really lost myself. Yeah, I'll speak for myself. Sometimes in the holiday season, I'll just totally lose sight of my goals. And I'll be really excited, indulging, having pie for breakfast and just like doing whatever. And all of a sudden Halloween with all of the pumpkin things and candies and whatever, all of a sudden becomes Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving becomes and then New Year's, and that whole time of like snowballing and forgetting about our goals, like I've totally been there. And what's helped me the most is just like every time I lose my keys, how do we find things? Is we go back to when we had them last. Where did we have ourselves last? And then I think to myself, oh my gosh, like I had my momentum with this life. I had my fire and my excitement and my passion for health in this life when I was doing X, Y, and Z. When I was meal prepping, when I was making smoothies for breakfast, when I was being really mindful with my food and taking a deep breath and chewing slowly and actually savoring. That's when I was feeling my best. And once I remember where I was, I'm able to find myself again. And then we find ourselves, okay? And allowing ourselves to do that and to lose ourselves and find ourselves is gonna be fine. And again, like I feel like I'm at a place now where I love being so active and everything, and like I still lose sight of a goal sometimes. Like we are all only human, and we can only be so motivated like for so long, okay? I can make videos, I've even made videos about how to stay motivated, and still sometimes I'm not the most motivated person. Like I'll be honest, we're all just human, okay? And I'm not gonna pretend to be perfect and like you should be motivated all the time. That's not the way it is. And when it's coming from like really visualizing, I've really loved doing this lately actually, is I had a visualization, and I still do this, a visualization practice where in the morning I'll spend 15 to 20 minutes just visualizing who I want to be in the world, how I want to create my life. And when I have this practice, I just don't want to be eating pumpkin pie for breakfast. You know what I mean? Because we have that clear vision in sight. When we lose sight of our vision and our goals, that's when we lose ourselves. So I invite you to take a look in the mirror, say, who am I? And eating healthily, when we feel our best, we're so much better able to tap into that, to tap into our passions, and to tap into what we want to create. So eating healthy is an extremely important foundation, and not being super rigid. It's okay to have so much fun in this life, not have it be about the food. It's okay to lose ourselves and to remember when we last had ourselves and pick up and find them again, you know? So that is that. Let's dive into the recipe. This look. I love plants. See? Oh my gosh, it looks really, really good. So amazing. The sweet, sweet ginger sauce with the lentils and quinoa, really grounding and like fall, like, and feel free to chop, feel free to chop the persimmons a little bit more than I did. I love persimmons. Chewy lentils and the crunchy pomegranate. And I love the bright little pomegranate seeds. And feel free to add whatever you have and whatever you like. Like, maybe add apples and raisins and different colors and textures. Maybe pistachios instead of pecans. Everybody's gonna love this. Like, how can you not love this? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, click the little bell. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for dedicating time and energy and effort to your health, to the future health of this planet. Take a deep breath, enjoy, and thank you. Bye.